It's time for the MCTS experience with Mr. Orfe and Mr. Nash. Discover your passion and unlock your future.
Hey, welcome everybody. Another great episode coming up of the MCTS experience. Welcome to my partner, Mr. Nash. How you doing? He's psyched.
Very excited.
Very excited to be here today. And of course, Nick Sakowski on the mics and the controls. Thank you for being here. We have a couple of quick announcements before we get underway. There is a blood drive March 22nd at the Aspen Pink Center.
Very important.
And the people running the blood drive have donated their mascot for the day. Okay? So this guy's name, the mascot, you know how they have Gritty, the new mascot?
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah, so
yes.
the blood drive itself has a mascot. It's Buddy the Blood Drop.
Orfe, how can you even say that? You can't even say it with that.
I can't say it with a straight face. This is a little cheesy, but I'm guessing.
I like it. He's a drop of blood. He's a buddy. He's there to help.
Yeah. And I hope he's not like moist or like blood.
No, soft and fuzzy.
It's a soft fuzzy thing, right? Because you don't want to.
No,
you have to wear
like
rubber
Gritty.
gloves if you touch him. It's like Gritty. It's like Gritty from the Flyers.
It's very nice.
Or the Philly
Very
Fanatic.
nice. Very nice.
Okay. So just be careful. But of course, little cheesy joke here. His blood type is B positive.
Bump. Oh, Orfe, you are horrible. Get him off the mic. Drop him.
There's also 4 students from our Health Science Academy that are slated to be host of state officers.
That's exciting.
Yeah, they're running against some other students from the state.
Heavy hitters.
But they're on the docket. These are good kids. Keep kicking butt over there, guys.
Sharp cookies.
Yeah.
Well, segueing that from hosted to Skills USA, 2 really strong student organizations in the MCTS family. This Friday, March 1st, MCTS is hosting at SciPec a statewide Skills USA contest for a couple of specific contest areas. We got 2 automotive contests. Big thanks to Mr. Park and Mr. Kramer for helping work with the Skills USA team to help facilitate these contests. Chef Engel's doing our MRE Challenge. Everybody go to Facebook Live. Check out the MRE Challenge. Nick Sakowski will be doing Facebook Live of the MRE Challenge. MREs are meals ready to eat from the Army, and it's like a cooking show. The kids have to create incredible culinary experiences using the meals that the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines have out in the field in combat situations. It's really an incredible thing. And we're going to have 250 people on campus, and it's going to be a marquee event that we look forward to hosting every year.
Kids and grown-ups from all over the state.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What else? What else is going on, Mr. Nash?
In addition to that, we're hosting our Model UN conference on the 23rd. 80 kids from school and other schools are going to compete in different contests. It's primarily for HSA, our Health Science Academy. But again, that's the beauty of MCTS. You talked about host of state officers. You talked about Skills USA contest. You're talking about a Model UN conference. These are all things that are occurring here at MCTS, and we're pumped to share them.
Absolutely. Rescheduling of the CTE luncheon, that will be March 6th. That was supposed to be last week on Thursday. We had some bad weather, as you know. March 6th, counselors, child study team members all over the county.
Got incredible industry people coming to speak.
Yes, good guest speakers. We got some students up there running the show this time, too.
Oh, my gosh. Or if you're off, cool. They gave you the day off.
They gave me the day off. God bless them. I'm going to rest my vocal cords and let the kids do the talking. And later on in the podcast, we'll have some information about our summer camps here at SciPec coming up this summer, so stay tuned for that. And right now, we'll be right back with Student of the Week.
And now it's time for Student of the Week.
Thanks for staying with us. We got our Student of the Week, Mr. Alex Micharski. Alex is an 11th grader in our STEM Academy. He's from Hamilton. Say hi, Alex.
Hi.
Good to have you with us. Right before we turn on the mics, Alex just tased Mr. Nash pretty well. Tell us what happened, buddy.
Yeah, Mr. Nash was on his phone, and I'm like, you got to get some dopamine drips.
So for everyone listening, MCTS, we really love getting guys and girls ready to activate in the real world. And when I'm teaching OSHA, I'll call cell phones dopamine drips because they take over kids' minds. So here we are setting up for the podcast, and Alex sees me on the phone, and he hit me, you get off that dopamine drip. And he hit me hard. And that's why we brought Alex in, because he really is a dynamic part of the STEM family, the MCTS family. And what really triggered us, and Nick, you suggested, even though you don't have a mic, you're like, he does such a great job on the morning announcements, and morning announcements really set the tone for a school, and everybody knows that who's come through. If you're a parent listening, a student listening, and Alex, you do an amazing job. Just you being you and your observations and the way that you process things. So, what's your experience been like here so far at the STEM Academy?
So far, my freshman and sophomore year, we had some constraints because we were in a college campus.
Okay.
But when I came here to SciPec, I feel like those constraints went away, and I feel a lot more comfortable here.
Great.
That's lovely.
So you come alive. You've spread your wings, per se.
Yes.
He's made this place his own.
Very solid. What do you enjoy most about the STEM Academy for the students that are listening that may be thinking about coming, or a parent, as a person who's, immersed in the swimming pool of STEM? Put it in your own words what you enjoy the most about it.
What I enjoy the most are the administration. I think Mr. Bittings is a really, really nice guy, and I've hardly ever had a principal who was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Simic is really, really good with students, and Lugo's the same way. Also, even though Lugo might not be around next week because he's going another school district.
Yeah, sure.
The legacy of his breakfast club will still move on.
Oh my gosh! You hear that? You can hear the passion in your voice. How about the instructors? Who do you resonate with? Because here's the great thing: instructors is like a buffet table, Orfe.
Yeah.
And certain students click with certain instructors, whether it be the English or the history or the STEM or the coding or whatever you got going on. Who you really click?
You might be like, I don't want the salmon, but those scalloped potatoes.
Oh
look
my
fantastic.
gosh!
Who I click with the most, even though I'm not an English person, I'd have to say Mr. Palm.
There you go.
Who doesn't love Mr. Palm?
Palm?
Mr. Palm is like the ice cream on your buffet. Everybody wants some.
It doesn't matter what the flavor is. They give me some Palm.
Absolutely.
They like that. All right. What else? In regards to the technological, what's something neat that you learned that would be STEM specific? I said STEM specific.
That's
Jeez,
okay.
oh man. STEM specific meaning in terms of what you guys are learning.
Something you couldn't learn in another high school, per se.
Not a lot of high schools at a lot. This is actually a really good question.
Okay, good. I like that. Thank you for the compliment.
Not a lot of high schools, like their classes outside of STEM, they don't have a lot of project-based learning classes, like English and history. For English, usually your English teacher will have you write a paper on like Shakespeare, a novel or something. Mm-hmm. But in the real world, you probably won't have to do that unless you have like an English major or like some kind of liberal arts major. Mm-hmm. And one thing Mr. Palm did is his class is based on project-based learning, which is like we did a novel on it was a play it was a play or no, it wasn't a play, it was a poem. My fault. It was on Beowulf, and Beowulf. I'm probably not going to need to know anything about Beowulf for my entire life, except for that one part of class. But we built a really small, we built like a model of a castle.
Okay.
And we'd have to roll a bowling ball at it and make sure the castle doesn't knock down.
How cool is that? So now you had the appreciation of the cultured component of the novel of Beowulf, which, believe it or not, Orfe, I read when I was in high school.
Well, the Cliff Notes you read.
I may have watched a movie. But the point being is you're able to connect that cultural component that defines a lot of people in society to connecting with that, but also putting something with the STEM component, the engineering component, which I'm hearing you say, which is awesome. What's your favorite thing about Mr. C's class or Mr. K's class? Those are our STEM instructors.
There's a lot of really good things about Mr. C and Mr. K.
Okay.
The best part is, first with Mr. K, he has a lot of experience out. He has a lot of experience in the engineering field. Mm-hmm. Now, at a lot of regular high schools, their engineering teachers usually just go to college, then you become an engineer. Mm-hmm. Mr. K was an engineer himself, mechanical engineer. Then he went to college to be a teacher, and now he's a teacher.
Oh, wow.
Mr. C, he has a lot of experience with programming.
Okay.
And
that's definitely up and coming. Computer science is huge. Very solid. Very solid. Love it.
I have to tell. I just want to tout the benefits of Alex Micharski very quickly. He came with me to Reynolds Middle School to promote the STEM Academy. I think you're the manager of the Steinert football team. Is that so?
Yes.
And just an all around great kid, great.
Well,
student.
that's why we picked him for student
of the week. of course, killing it with the morning announcements. We really appreciate it. But I have to tell one quick story, and I'll ask you to comment on it after I'm done. I'm going to keep it as quick as possible.
Go, or if I do not know what you're bringing to the table, I cannot wait.
I've known Alex since he first came to our school, since he was a freshman. And they had a talent show between STEM and HSA. They got together over at the Aspect Center.
Awesome
at
idea.
A talent show. And a couple days beforehand, Alex is like, I want to be in the talent show. I'm like, all right, what do you do? He goes, I play the piano. I said, all right, that's great. Can you get your hands on a keyboard or something? He's like, I don't know. I'll think of something. Mm-hmm. And then the day of the thing comes, Alex has no keyboard. There's no piano at that building. And I said, Alex, what are you going to do? There's, what are you?
You got to do something. The show must go on, Orfe, as they say.
He says, I'll just do some stand-up comedy. I said, Alex, have you ever done stand-up comedy before? And he goes, I'll think of something. And then he got up there and he did like a tight 8-minute set, like he's been doing it his whole life.
For real.
And
real.
I'm not exaggerating. He slayed. Like, he was the best thing in the whole talent show. There was 60, 80 kids from both academies on the floor cracking up laughing. He killed it.
Really?
Yes.
Do you remember your opening line?
Yes.
Give the audience the opening line right now,
I have
please.
But I was 14 when I said it.
That's fine.
All
okay,
right,
go ahead.
My name is Alex. I'm 14. I'm unemployed. I live with my mom.
And then from there on out, you just took off. Did you rehearse it? Did you have anything, or you just was?
I had some stuff. Well, until 20 minutes before it started.
Oh my gosh! Everyone listening, do you now know why Alex is Student of the Week? Super accomplished STEM, incredibly versatile, genuine, real, honest. Bowling night. You're a big proponent of the bowling night, are you not?
Yes.
The bowling night is a no-brainer. We bring guys.
$10.
$10. You get a shoe rental, 3 games. And we all hang out. It's teachers, it's staff, it's students. And it's a way where we put down our dopamine drips, right? Put down them dopamine drips.
Not in between. Not while we were waiting.
That's right. You can access it. Definitely a big part. Maybe take some pictures, put some stuff up on IG and Snap. Check out your Snap, right, Alex?
Yes.
Hit me up on Snap.
Hit me up on Snap.
Is that the line?
That's the line.
Last thing, this is a nice tie-in between the stand-up comedy and the dopamine drip.
Yes.
But Alex, one of the things he improvised, the show was in Mr. Baldino's PE classroom.
Love it.
He walked over and picked up a dumbbell from the weight rack and held it up to his ear and goes, the cell phone reception in here is terrible.
Oh, my gosh. Beautiful. Producer Nick is on the floor right now.
Oh, my God.
Awesome.
Alex, thank you very much for sticking with us and for being a great student all these years. Do you have any final words?
All right. So, there's another talent show coming up next month, and I'm ready for it.
We throwing the gauntlet down.
There he goes. He's busting it out again.
He's doing a Seinfeld. Yeah. Nick, producer Nick's dropping the mic.
Drop the mic.
Alex, will you promise to come visit us in 10 years and we can revisit, the trajectory of your career? Because I can only anticipate you're going to be incredibly gifted in what you set your sights on, and post-secondary and career-based. I can't wait to see where you land.
I couldn't agree more. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Micharski, your Student of the Week.
Knowledge is power. It's time for Ask MCTS.
Our Ask MCTS question comes to us from a parent I was speaking with in my work helping out with admissions. I was on the phone with a parent, and I know the answer that I gave. But one of the things they asked was they very much understand we prepare students for careers, right? Send them out in the world.
Absolutely.
Get them ready for life.
Absolutely.
But what they asked was, but what else do you do? Why are you different than a typical high school?
Well, that's an incredible question, one we hear often, and it presents itself. But you know what? I'm going to pull in our ringer.
He's got an ace in the hole.
I got an ace in the hole. Mr. Bittings, our principal. I'm gonna softball this question to you. I'd like to hear from your perspective. And draw you into the MCTS forum. What do you think, Mr. Bittings?
I think one of the things we have to look at is the type of student, and most of the time, our students are what we call very highly academic, motivated, career-oriented, but also non-traditional in a sense. They look to say, how can my talents really be put to the test? Mm-hmm. And what we'd like to feel that when you come here, we are putting those skills, academic as well as career-oriented skills, to the test and help you develop those skills. It's almost like thinking outside the box. Like everybody doesn't fit inside because for one reason or another, that particular skill needs to be worked on. And here we look at that and say, those are the things we like to do. Take those skills and prepare you for what you're going to be experiencing in the real world.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Home run, Mr. Bittings. Home run.
Very nice. Thank you for sneaking in for our Ask MCTS section.
I brought him in as the ringer. I brought him in.
He is the ringer. And Mr. Bittings is going to stick around and be our featured guest this week as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Cade Jones from Criminalistics, and you're listening to the MCTS Experience.
We don't stop learning after the bell rings. Guess what? It's time for teacher tips.
Our teacher tip this week comes to us from Mr. Bryde. Mr. Bryde works in our building maintenance trades program, and before he came to us, he was a contractor for years and years, a project manager on lots of building projects. And here he comes with your teacher tip.
Okay, here's a quick tip for you. When remodeling wood and you're going against painted material, pre-paint the wood before you put it up. That way you don't have to deal with all that painter's tape, and you'll get a nice, clean edge that you'll be proud of.
Thank you very much for your teacher tip, Mr. Bryde. See you soon.
Hey, you, come here. Come here. Check it out. They're in our school. They're in our community. They're around the corner. Welcome, our featured guest.
Welcome back, everybody. Mr. Nash and Nick McGyver-Sikowski and myself are thrilled to have our featured guest, the beloved principal of the SIPEC building, Mr. Brian Bittings. Welcome, Mr. Bittings.
Welcome, Brian.
Good morning, everyone.
So you, first of all, just among the staff and the teachers, it's everybody, just every time your name comes up, they're like, oh, man, thank God this guy is here. We love it.
A huge talent.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not, we're talking about the nuts and bolts thing that a principal does behind the scenes. It's who you are as a person, Brian, and how you connect with our guys and girls.
And the students, of course.
But students, staff, aides, maintenance secretary, everybody, you're a pleasure to work for, and it inspires all of us to push harder. And that's, I'm not saying that because you're the boss and you're sitting here. I'm saying it because it's real.
That's true. He's blushing a little bit.
Yeah,
now.
thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So just tell us, just for those students who haven't had a chance to meet you yet, or maybe a parent who hasn't talked to you yet, tell us a little bit about you, about your career.
My career started out in Trenton teaching, and then from there I got my administrative credential after 10 years of teaching. I started my administration as a dean of students. From there I moved to a vice principal, and then from there I went to a chairperson, and then a district supervisor, and then from there up to principal.
Oh, wow. You were, for some reason, I thought you were in the Ewing School District.
I was in the Ewing School District as a department chair, and then the job changed to name made the chairman all district supervisors. So responsibility at one school then became responsibility at 5 schools.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Oh, boy.
And at some point, you were a learning consultant as
I
well?
was I was a learning consultant just as part of, as we say, we wear many hats.
Yes. Yes, we do.
So that was one of those hats.
So Mercer County Technical Schools was probably a very good fit for you.
It was a very good fit.
Having worn a lot of hats.
Wearing a lot of hats. I was in special services, the principal of their Joseph Capella School.
Oh, wow.
In Hamilton.
Oh, wow.
Did that for 2 years, and of course I knew Dr. Schneider for a while, and then they invited me to come over, and I'm glad I made the transition. Yeah. It's been a wonderful experience.
We are too. We're very glad you're with us.
That's really neat. Brian, I didn't know that you were principal of the Capella School, which is an amazing place where so much, uplifting and opportunity. Yes. It's incredible. It's inspiring. If you've never been or you don't know, it's an incredible member of our MCTS or Mercer County family and as a school. So,
and your knowledge from all those past experiences comes in very handy here, working with our teachers. Students with learning differences, students from all different populations. It's great.
Yeah,
really. You couldn't get a better candidate. So absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah. So one of the things we've asked you here to talk about today is this summer. Tell us what's going on at MCTS this summer.
What I can say about the summer, it's going to be exciting. Meeting a lot of students, high school students, and parents as well. A lot of them have siblings that are much younger age, and a lot of times the parents have said to me, "Gosh, my son or daughter's having such a wonderful time here. I wish I had something for my younger siblings to do in the summer, which was related to this, meaning SIPEC and the programs we have here." Thus, our summer camp became a blossoming flower, which we now will be able to offer this summer to the younger population, meaning middle school,
6th, 7th, 8th grade,
8th grade students. So we're excited that we can do that. A lot of parents have already said, "Oh, guess what? You've just made my dream come true." in terms of finding something, maybe not so much all day, but just an interest that their younger sibling may have, and yet we have that available this summer for them. Just, again, it's just a fun type of camp where they can get a sampling of things they like to do or have an interest in.
So important. When you're a middle school parent, as you know, Mr. Orfe, you've raised a couple of lads.
Yes, sir.
And I'm currently raising a couple of lasses.
Yes.
When you as a parent hear about the types of programs we're going to offer, and Brian's going to read off, it's just so refreshing because you see these glimmers of almost like diamonds in the mind of areas of passion, expertise that's starting to blossom as a child enters middle school, and you want to build upon that, but you don't want to maybe select an elective without being sure. And I'm excited to hear about who's going to be teaching the classes. So what are the programs, Brian, exactly?
Okay. What we'll have this summer, and again, it's a fun type camp and in exploring my interests as a young middle schooler. We will have beauty camp.
Oh, boy.
Babysitting childcare basic camp. Coding camp. Construction camp. Cupcake camp.
Like Cupcake Wars. Like the TV show Cupcake Wars. I'm getting very excited.
Yeah.
I could like to eat some cupcakes,
Yes.
Orfe. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. Sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to interrupt your flow.
Not a problem. Environmental science camp. Introduction to graphic design camp. Junior chef cooking camp. Law and public safety camp. STEM robotics camp. Video production digital media camp.
Wow.
Very nice. You said cupcake, and Mr. Nash jumped out.
I went off the
Yes.
rails.
Yes.
I went off the
Completely
rails.
lost his train of
Yes.
thought.
Listen, this dad bod runs on some cupcakes. That's all I
Yes.
have to say.
These sound like really good programs, and like you said before, just an interest. If this is something you're interested in, come try it out.
A fun interest.
All right. So what's the time frame?
The time frame is each camp is running a 2-week period starting in July. The whole month of July will be session 1 is from July 2nd to July 16th, with July 4th closed for the July 4th holiday. Session 2 is July 17th to July 30th.
Okay, great.
2 weeks, Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday. Parents can sign their middle school student up for both sessions at the same time.
Oh, boy.
But
So-
you may also choose one.
Choose one.
Okay.
And I would imagine there's going to be an incredible interest because it's only a half-day camp, 8:30 to 11:30.
Yes.
And the fact is, I think the price point is pretty comfortable, too.
I would imagine something like this costs in the neighborhood of $300-$400.
I mean, you're talking about a professional who, but and you didn't allude to this, but I'm going to blow the lid off.
Yes, please do.
Every person who is teaching is an in-house district instructor
Sure.
who handles high school collegiate level instruction.
Yes.
And we're tailoring it towards middle schoolers, which
Yes,
is
we
so
are.
awesome.
And
It's
professionals
right.
in their field. So
Yes.
what does it cost? What
The
could the
cost
be?
is $75 per session.
a day? $75 a day?
For the whole 2-week session.
on now.
Each session.
We're gonna lose a lot of money. That's
Well, it's not a. I think it's more of working to meet the community needs in a sense for the summer of young middle school students. Once again,
Yeah.
looking and saying what can we do to outreach for the community.
I love it.
I'll tell you, it's $75 for 2 weeks, $150
For
investment
the whole month.
for a half day. Day starts at 8:30. You know, I'm imagining a drop off point around
Yes.
8:15.
Yes.
And a pickup time 11:30 sharp, obviously.
yes.
So maybe mom's got to take some classes. Dad's got to get caught up on some emails. Maybe you might want to go to the gym. I'm thinking. I'm plugging and playing here.
As a man who had two
Yes.
boys right at that age,
Yeah.
I would have given my right arm to get them out of the house
Right,
for
right.
3 hours a day. Please.
And research does say young students are most active in the AM. So we'll
Very nice.
definitely address that need of being active in the AM.
We're taking them off their hands right when they're
Yes.
at their most active.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, this is very exciting that these types of programs are being offered, and
Sign up online, I believe. Yes.
Yes.
Go to the website.
You can sign up online.
and the website mcts.edu. mcts.edu. It's right on the homepage.
yes.
I just saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know what I hand of the Bible. I don't even know what programs are being offered till right now as we're sitting
Yes.
here recording. It's very exciting.
Easy to find. You click through it, talks you right through. It takes 5 minutes to fill out the application.
Yes.
You can pay right there online. There is also an option to mail in a check.
Wow. No brainer.
This is it. This is
Yes.
fantastic, Mr. Bittings. Thank you so
Okay,
much for
gentlemen, thank you.
for joining us today and providing us with this information. We're going to wrap it up in just a
Yes.
moment.
Okay.
All right. That wraps up this episode of the MCTS Experience. Mr. Nash, some final thoughts from you, please.
I'll tell you, it was a heater. It was a barn burner. A lot of solid information here. I mean, if you're a parent and you've just listened to the summer camp that's on deck,
your head must be spinning.
3 hours of your kids, and it's not starting out at 7 o'clock in the morning. Let's be real. 8:30 to 11:30.
Reasonable.
Run some errands, knock some stuff out, maybe visit some friends and family.
Maybe you work. Maybe you got to go to work.
Yeah, maybe you got to grind.
Yeah.
To me, it's a no-brainer. And how about our student of the week, Alex Micharski?
Alex is phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Love that kid.
Do you know I went to high school with his dad?
I do know that.
It's very exciting.
The very first week of school,
MCTS.
you guys were high-fiving each other and talking about your glory days back in the day.
31 years ago, we were here at MCTS.
Mr. Nash was only 5 years old. God bless him.
Hey, that's how the pros do it. No, it was a really solid episode, and I'm super thankful for the content that we're able to share with people. So, how many times, Orfe, do people say to us, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know about that"? That's really what this podcast is about, and this podcast, we're hoping people are listening and they're sharing, because we don't want to be something that people don't know about, and we're really working hard to be well known.
Yeah, so please do share this information with your friends. Send them our way. My big thanks to Alex Micharski, Student of the Week, and our featured guest, Mr. Bittings, our principal here at SciPac, and of course, Mr. Bryde from the Building Maintenance Trades
He's
program.
awesome.
Great tips. Everybody loves Mr. Bryde. Thank you, sir. That about wraps it up. I want to remind everybody to follow Mercer County Technical Schools on Instagram and Twitter. Like our page on Facebook. Give a look at our YouTube channel. We've got some great fun videos up there.
Are we going to have is the MRE challenge going to be up on the YouTube channel? Is that something possible, Producer Nick?
You bet. Go
can-
ahead. Yes?
Yes. Producer Nick's not mic'd up, but he's telling us yes.
He's giving a big, juicy nod saying,
Okay.
yes, it's on there.
Very nice.
And, of course, listen to this podcast on Spotify, Google Play, and iTunes. Until next time, this is Mr. Orfe along with
Mr. Nash.
reminding you to discover your passion.
And unlock your future.